Hi, welcome back to our channel. I'm Elyse. Obviously, I run Elyse Breanne Design, and we're just going to talk a little bit about how EBD got on to the Today Show.
Over the past 7 years, 24-year-old Elyse Burns has been working hard on her education. After earning her undergraduate and graduate degrees, she now attends Duke Law School. And along the way, between the term papers and exams, she gradually grew a hobby of art and design into a multi-million-dollar business.
So I actually started my business when I turned 18. I had been wanting to start an Etsy shop, and so on my 18th birthday, it was the first day I could do it on my own. And so that's what I did. Like, I woke up in the morning, logged onto Etsy, started an Etsy shop, went to the bank, opened a new checking account, and listed a few paintings. And about a week later, got my first sale of two canvases I painted. So that was like a huge deal for me. It just felt like so good to be able to do whatever I wanted with it, to really just like create whatever I wanted. So I kept it going while I was in college. Kept kind of like expanding what I was painting. I graduated college. I did a master's program in political science. I continued doing my Etsy shop. I did a lot more custom orders. I was probably filling like 20-ish orders per week while I was in grad school. That was starting to get like pretty overwhelming. In the background, I had actually gotten a licensing deal right before I started graduate school. So that allowed my digital designs and paintings that I digitized to be printed and sold to stores like Hobby Lobby, World Market, and Home Goods. When I started out, I was just selling hand-painted canvases. I kept doing that, like I mentioned, through college and grad school. Then I started selling stickers and art prints and greeting cards with the designs I had drawn on my iPad. And then I decided to go to law school. So I moved from Chicago to North Carolina to go to law school at Duke. And so that was sort of all happening at the same time. But when the pandemic hit, I had a ton of free time, as everybody did. I was working from home for my summer job. I was working, doing a legal job, but I didn't have anything else to do. Then I started posting on TikTok, and the business started kind of blowing up. That was just really exciting, and so I kept working harder on it. And it really just snowballed. I realized I wasn't able to fill all of the orders I had on my own. I had my mom actually help me from Chicago. She was filling sticker orders and wholesale orders out of my childhood bedroom. So she had all of the inventory and everything set up there. I definitely was outgrowing my one-bedroom apartment as far as inventory that I had. So I at the time moved in to this office space, and then hired employees shortly after that, and hired Jordan full-time right before I went back to law school in person for my last year. And since then, I've sort of expanded our product lines gradually over the past 2 years. So now we just sell all kinds of stationery products, from notepads to planners, notebooks, washi tape, gift wrap, and also expanding into like accessories, home goods, textile products like tea towels, zipper pouches, laptop cases, paint by number kits, which is one of my personal favorites. That's sort of the direction we're going in. I love selling stationery products, and I love offering matching home decor accessories. So I just really think it would be fun to have a wide range of products that you can sort of mix and match throughout your life, and that's the direction I'm trying to take EBD in. So fast forward a year, I just finished law school. Literally on my last day of school, my business was featured on the Today Show.
Wow.
Whenever we say we don't have time, like when you find time to walk in the morning and we say there's always time, it's incredible. She managed to do all of this while getting her law degree. In fact, we have to wish her good luck because she's taking her final law exam this afternoon.
So the segment that I was on was called She Made It. It's a segment done by Jill Martin, who is one of the correspondents on the Today Show. And she highlights, I think about every month or so, a couple of female-owned businesses. So I was lucky enough to be a part of their April segment. So I actually got in contact with an NBC producer through one of my friends from college. It had been a while since I had talked to her, but she followed my business on Instagram, she was good friends with one of the NBC producers on the Today Show. The producer was looking for some female-owned businesses to be on the April segment of She Made It. From there, he reached out to me over email and sort of just asked for more background. He wanted to know specifics like where my licensing deal had my art distributed, what stores, like my revenue numbers, number of employees I have, the number of sales I have per year, and things like that, to kind of like gauge what the scale of my business is. It was like a few days later, he sent me an email saying he was running it up the flagpole to his higher up executives. So I was really nervous, just kind of waiting to hear back from him on that. And about a week later, I want to say, he got back to me and said that we were going to move forward at least with like a Zoom interview. We had a Zoom interview where I just talked more about my business, sort of like what it was like being in law school and also running the business at the same time, where I was going with the business and how it was doing and things like that. That was all happening in January. And after we had that Zoom interview in like mid-January, I didn't hear back from him for a couple of weeks. I thought it probably had fallen through. I thought this was just such a long shot. There was absolutely no way it would ever happen at all. Like, fully did not expect it to happen. After I followed up with him, he said, oh, like we're still working on it. It's not gonna be in March, but it will probably be in April. And I was like, no, there's no way this is happening. This is for sure just gonna fall through. I was like keeping it on the down low and only told like a few people. In mid-March, I wanna say, I was sitting in this tiny office in Duke Law School that is like completely windowless, with a few of my friends, and we were just like working on homework and having lunch and chatting, and I got the email from him saying that they wanted to feature me on the Today Show, and I literally threw myself out of my chair. I was literally floored. I was so shocked because I was sure this wasn't gonna happen. It was out of the blue. It was like a couple months later. So I was overwhelmed. And like I had one of my friends read it for me. I was like, I can't read right now. Like I'm like too shook. And I was like, this says what I think it says, right? And she confirmed for me that EBD was gonna be on the Today Show. So I was very shocked, to say the least. Fast forward about a month, and we put together what the segment was going to be. So I uploaded really just a lot of the content that I had been using for Instagram and TikTok over the past year, 2 years. Then I did a voiceover. They wrote it for me, and they put together the segment from there. I also sent in products, and they let me send in whatever I wanted, which was nice. So we got to send some of our like new release items. So I didn't really know what to expect from the segment. I didn't see it ahead of time. I just knew what it was gonna be like because I had done the voiceover and I had sent in the materials. I was really, really nervous, like leading up to the segment. Like I thought for sure, like, oh my gosh, like they're just gonna pull it, or they're just gonna be like, sorry, like we can't do this anymore. So I was just like kind of in disbelief that it could even happen, even when all of the work was done and it just needed to air. But I mean, thankfully it did, and it was really just like overwhelmingly cool. Kind of unbelievable to like to hear my voice on TV, to see myself on there. When Jill Martin said my name on the segment, I was like, wait, that's me.
Over the past 7 years, 24-year-old Elyse Burns has been working hard on her education.
It was really fun watching it. I had Jordan over, I had a couple of my friends over from law school, and we did like a watch party all together, and so that was really fun and definitely calmed my nerves because I was like stress cleaning my house. It was all out of my hands at that point, so I didn't have any outlet for like all of the anxiety I was feeling about it. Watching the segment was really like unreal. I got a licensing deal which allowed my artwork to be stocked in Home Goods, World Market, and Hobby Lobby. I also started selling my products directly to retail stores, and now they're sold in over 3,000 local gift shops. 3,000 local gift shops and boutiques. In 2020, when I started sharing videos on TikTok of my design process and what it takes to run a small business, I increased my sales 18 times. The day before I started my last year of law school, my business made its $1 millionth dollar. As soon as this segment aired, I got a bunch of emails, people making inquiries from like licensing to wholesale. So that was really great to get that exposure. And we also had the website traffic data up, and we saw it kind of go up and up and up.
Business that is taking a great
Yay!
Oh
my
God. Family of entrepreneurs. She worked for years of using her love of food to launch restaurants.
Yo! Oh my God.
It's for my son. So I launched Moonshot, a climate-friendly snack brand. 34 So my snack every decision.
Oh my gosh.
It aired separately in the 4 different time zones. So it aired at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then 9 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. It's actually 9:23 that this segment started. The traffic just kept going up, and it was just crazy because it was climbing so fast. It kind of settled around, what, like 900, I would say. So that was really crazy. And then at 10:23 when the segment aired in Central Time, same thing. So it was really fun to see that happen 4 times. That was really like wild, just seeing the immediate reaction. You know, I got a bunch of Instagram followers and TikTok followers, and that was awesome. A bunch of orders came through. I think we had probably like 100 orders come in that day just from the Today Show. So after the segment aired, I was just getting texts from like all of my extended family, like my aunts and uncles and cousins, and my sister and my mom and my grandma were all watching from Chicago. I had gone on Facebook for like the first time in a long time because my mom and aunt and sister had all shared the link to the segment, and a lot of my friends had kind of done that, and people I hadn't talked to in a long time reached out to me, so that was really cool. And then I also had some really nice like emails and just notes from my old teachers from high school, and one of my professors from law school reached out. The Duke Law social media channel shared the link to the segment, made posts about it. Actually, my great uncle sent me an email too, and I hadn't talked to him in a long time, and I didn't know this about him, but he was a graphic designer for his career, and so we connected over email about that. In all, it just like really connected me to a lot of people I hadn't spoke to in a while. So that's the story of how EBD ended up on the Today Show. Very lucky and very grateful to NBC and the producers I worked with for the opportunity. It was definitely a surreal experience for me. And if you guys missed the original segment and want to watch the full clip, it is linked in the description. If you guys liked hearing more about the behind the scenes, what kind of goes on here at EBD, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok for even more.